Good morning. Are we awake? I guess it's good afternoon for a lot of you. I am awake. I'm on coffee number 2. And I have my full water. And let's see, I've just wound my bobbin. So I have an extra one. I even thought of that. I have my stuff ready. Interfaced and whatnot. How's everybody else doing out there on this Sunday? Hi, Wendy. All right, we have people coming on now. I know. It's been, hi, Lynn. Good morning. It's morning my time. It's only 10 o'clock here. So, hence the coffee. Hi, Beth. Beth, are you going to sew with us today? Or are you just here to have a little social hour or two? Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Matthew. Who's Matthew? All right, so there we go. See, I'm glad that you're all like a little bit tardy like I am all the time. I was just downstairs making my second cup of coffee and then had to run up here. So I want to sew the pattern, but don't have it cut out yet. Beth, it's like super quick to cut out. And if you have any wax canvas, which is what I used for most of it, then you don't even have to interface it, which makes it extra amazing. Hi, Matthew, LOL, Katie. Did your phone autocorrect from my name to Matthew? All right, we are going to do the Bookish Tote today. You can see it over here. This is the sample I made. This is just the small version. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you can see it better if I do the other view. Good morning, Misty. I missed the last Wingo. Where do I get the pattern? Oh, let me put it. I'll put it in the chat. Okay, she's on Etsy. And her shop is, there it is. Sorry, I just need to look up my Etsy real quick. Her shop is Craft Owl Handmade, and she has so many fun patterns. I'm teaching. Okay, there's the link. I just shared it. My own as I go along today. So yeah, you're welcome. And yesterday, there's a special offer. I don't know. Maybe that's just a thank you offer for me. But because I've already purchased it, but when it pops up for me in the bottom left-hand corner of Etsy, it says that I have a special offer. And it's basically the pattern is free. So I don't know if you all have that too. But Mary Lou, I know you said you're in a pattern bind freeze. 1 second. I have somebody outside that wants to come in. Come on. Let's go. In or out, mister? I know. The sewing cat wanted to come in and take up residence on his chair over there by the window. So I love her lark backpack. Yeah. So Mary Lou, I know you said you're in a pattern bind freeze, but I would click the link and just see, because it looks like she's having a promo. I don't know if that shows up for everyone or if it's just for me because I've already purchased. Anyway, click the link and try it out. I'm also teaching the mercantile tote. I thought I had that one in here to show you. I'm teaching her mercantile tote. I just saw it. Now I don't know where it is. At the Sacramento Sew and Bag Expo, Sacramento Bag and Sew Expo, which is in September. So, and that's a really fun tote too. And I'm teaching that using my wax canvas. So yeah, I love all of her stuff. And her patterns are really easy to read. So you don't even need a tutorial, I don't think. Okay, so back to what I was saying. This is the small version. Okay. What does she call it? She calls it, it's in 2 sizes. So we're going to make the large today. Yeah, there's a small and a large. Okay. So this one is the small version. This was from an old Wingo card, and it was like smaller. So it was a smaller card in general. So the Wingo cards I sent out this year for Springo Wingo, I made the squares bigger. So hopefully, I think your square, if you did the seam allowances like around a 1/4 inch, your Wingo game board should fit with, it should be a little bit bigger than the size you need for the front pocket of this, if that makes sense. When is the next Wingo? So the next, it's still 850. Dang it. All right, maybe that's just because it's I have a thank you because I purchased some of her patterns or something. Misty, the next Wingo is going to be, if you're not going to be at Vegas the end of July or in Sacramento in September, those are the in-person Wingos that we're doing. The next online Wingo is Holiday Wingo, which is going to probably start in September after I get back from the expo. So the Sacramento Bag and Sew, I don't know. The Sacramento Bag and Sew Expo. I think that is it. I need to get this term, the title down. It is September 12 to 14, I think. So I think that we would do Wingo then. I mean, not any sooner than the following week in September. And then we will go September, October, November, December, probably. That's what we did last year. But I think signups are going to be, I might get signups out sooner than later, just so we have time. I might start signups for Holiday Wingo July 1st. So I will, but you'll get emails about it, and I'll put it on my stories too, so that people have plenty of time. Okay? Okay, so Bookish Tote, we're doing the large version. Okay. As you can see here with the small version, the front pocket is going to be the Wingo game board. Okay. On the one and then here, we'll just show a few features. So there's a snap right here for the front pocket, which technically you don't have to do, but it's kind of nice because it keeps it closed so it doesn't like pucker out a little bit. Don't forget your Shake Those Balls tag from Heartwood and Hyde. Okay, and then of course it has a gusset, but it's a pretty big gusset. Side. Okay, and then inside it's going to have a little standalone pocket right here, as well as a hook for your key fob, your car keys and whatnot. Okay, so it's pretty easy. This one I did out of, well, this of course is cotton woven, the game board, but these two were out of cotton waterproof canvas. And then the inside I did, it's just cotton woven on this one. I've done something a little different today because I'm lazy and I don't like to interface things. So let me show you what I have today. I'd like to interface as little as possible. So here's what I have. Let's see if I can. Oh, is that better? We might need the light on it now, though. Let me turn the light on and see. Or not, because the light's not working. Here we go. Okay, hopefully that's better to see. Yeah, it's still a little dark. All right, so I used a lot of waxed canvas on this one because, like I said, I don't like to interface things. I'm lazy. So, and her pattern actually calls for wax canvas. That's what she suggests. She builds the whole thing as a wax canvas tote that you can do in 2 different sizes. Now you don't have to do that. Of course, you can use other fabrics, but she says she wrote it for wax canvas. Okay, so I did use wax canvas. So this is going to be the front and then back. Okay, so the exterior panels. Okay. And again, it says cut 4 on the fold, 2 exterior fabric, 2 interfacing, omit for wax canvas. Okay. Then this is going to be the front pocket. And I just used one of my waterproof canvases for the interior of the front pocket. Okay. And then the gusset is wax canvas as well. So I used, you can kind of see those are two different colors. Yeah, let me take the thing off. Okay. So these are two different colors, right, of the plant wax canvas. One is a darker denim. And one I think I called one stone wash and one acid wash, right? So I thought that would be kind of cool because the gusset's going to be a slightly different color than the main panel. Okay. And then what do we have? We have the interior. So all I had to interface on all of these was I interfaced the game board and I interfaced this just to give it a little more structure. But I didn't interface any of the wax canvases. Okay. And then we have the, okay, the interior. We have the lining. I just did waterproof canvas, the heavier one that I sell in the shop for linings. And then, let's see, for the pocket, well, these are this is lining panel B. So this is the main interior, and then lining panel A. So that's going to go on the top like that. Oh, let me make it so you can see, right? So we're going to sew that to the top, and that will be the whole lining piece. Okay. And then there's a pocket inside that I showed you. And I realized this morning while I was prepping this, that the pocket was pretty much perfect for my extra. You all should have had some extra Wingo squares that you didn't use for your game board. So if you haven't done anything with them yet, I just used mine for the pocket on the inside. Okay. I hadn't used any of the Christmas holiday Wingo squares for the board I made because I wanted it to be like, I knew I was going to make something with it for the after sew, and I wanted to be able to use it year round. So I didn't really use any of the holiday-rific squares. But I thought on the inside, who cares? It's super cute, right? So that's going to be the pocket on the inside. I did interface that one, but I did not interface the lining of the pocket. And then we just have, I'll clip those back together. And then the last thing was the hang tab for our little hook for our key ring, right? And as luck would have it, an extra square from the Wingo board is the exact right size. I didn't even plan that. Hi, Sylvia. So that is going to be the hang tab, and it works because the inside is going to be all kind of Christmassy. It's perfect. I love it when things work out like that. All right. So does anybody have any questions? Like I said, I did not interface any of the wax canvas. You're not supposed to iron wax canvas anyway, so you shouldn't really. I mean, you'd have to use sew-in interfacing if you wanted to, but why? I think that this interface, my plant wax is a little stiffer than the paraffin wax I have. So that's why I use this one, because I wanted see how this one, the gusset, it kind of like hangs out. It's a little bit floppy. And I interfaced these ones because it was just cotton waterproof canvas. Okay, I wanted it to have just a little bit more structure. So we're going to see if the plant wax canvas helps with that. All right. Oh, and then lastly, straps. So I use, this is, I believe this is from Saya Swag. Okay, it's cotton webbing for the straps. And so that they don't fray, I used some of this fabric tack on the ends of them so that they, see that? The ends of them so they don't fray anymore. Even though we're going to sew them into the lining, I thought it was some extra extra durability. Okay. All right. Any questions on what we're doing, how we're doing it, interfacing, wax canvas, all that? We good? All right. And then also today, if hi Yesenia, if you are we're part of Wingo this year, there was a code that was sent out to you. Well, it was 25% off on Friday night, off of retail, off your whole order, 20% off yesterday, and then today's the last day. It's 15% off today. So those codes were sent out to you via email. I think I sent 3 emails out with all of them. So if you want to get in on any retail at a discount, today's the final day. Okay? And it's 15% off. And it's through like 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. All right? Okay. So I think the first thing she has us doing is the front pocket. Let me just double check. I made this pattern once, but it's been a minute. And you know what's nice, you guys? So she has a bunch of tips and I think Noodlehead does this too, because Noodlehead does patterns that she recommends wax canvas for, but so does Craft Owl Handmade. So she has a little spot in here that's tips for working with wax canvas. And like what kind of thread to use, what kind of needle to use. Don't use an iron, only finger press the seams. That kind of stuff. So it's a good little reference if you get her pattern. You tempt me though. Yeah, I'm a stinker. Okay. All right. So we have, the first thing, like I thought, is the exterior pocket pieces. So we're going to sew them right sides together along the top edge. And then let me make sure. And then we're going to top stitch. Okay. And I suppose you might be able to do the interior pocket the same exact way at the same time. Let's see. Maybe not though. No, let's just do the front one first. Woo. Okay. Let me get rid of all of this extra stuff. It's a good deal on wax canvas if you're interested in trying wax canvas. And I still have some, I'm looking over there, 12-inch, and I still have some 12-inch rolls left. So if you were like scared to buy a full 18-inch, full half-yard roll of wax canvas, I still have some smaller ones. Okay. Does everybody have an extra bobbin that is sewing along with me today? You have an extra bobbin ready, just in case. Have you oiled your machine? I did not, but I haven't had much time to sew lately, so. Okay, so I think my machine's fine. All right, we're gonna do it right sides together. And we're just sewing along the top edge. She gives you the seam allowance in the, let's put this back here so you don't have to look at my ugly mat. She gives you the seam allowance in the pattern, okay? So I said I wasn't going to give you guys the seam allowance because I want everybody to buy the pattern. So I'm just lining it up, line over here. Okay. So we're just sewing along the top edge. Oh, you know what? I need to turn my iron on here. My loud iron. Okay. So who is actually making this pattern with me today? And then who is just here to be a fly on the wall and have a little bit of social escape time? And who is making another pattern? And if you are making another pattern, what do you make it? I know somebody told me, and the Wingo people said, I think they're making a quilt with the Wingo board for their puppy, which is super fun. I was just thinking today that it would, okay, so there we have that, right? And we're going to go and flip it down. I was just thinking this morning, it would be, if you like saved all of your Wingo boards for the amount of time, however many times we've done Wingo, it'd be super fun at some point to make like a whole quilt with every single Wingo board, right? It would just be like an enormous patchwork quilt. I'm here to learn how to make it. Beth, it makes me nervous that you're learning from me. You're the master. Yes, Kendra, we are making the large size. Hi, Jessica. Fly on the wall, and I'm going to make a huge tote for shopping. Oh, that's so fun. Jessica, Maisie is working on, or she might have already finished. She made a bracelet for Haley that we'll give you at Socation. She wanted to know what colors, what Haley's favorite colors were. And I said, I think she likes rainbow, like really bright all colors. All right. So now that we have this, it says iron, but I don't know. I'm just going to finger press it. Yeah. And we're going to do we're going to top stitch 2 lines across. Okay. The top. Can't wait to give it to Haley. Yeah. All the colors. Thanks, Beth. All right. Okay. So I'm top stitching. I'm going to lengthen my stitch just a little bit, but I mean, not too much. I'm just using like off-white thread, so it's not going to really show up all that well anyway. I'm not trying to get too fancy with it. Oh, look at my top stitch actually looks nice today. It's shocking. Look at it. I love it when a top stitch. Oh, can you even see it? Look at that. Go figure. All right. Let me top stitch my second line. So we started, I think I told you, if you were on Wingo the other day, we were talking about like shows that we're watching right now with the kids. So like 2 years ago, I feel like, when Jake was like 11, I was like, I think that oh, it's so pretty. God, I love it. It's like sewing porn when you get a good top stitch, right? I love it when that happens. And straight too. So 2 years ago I tried to show Jake Stranger Things. I thought he would enjoy it. And he did not. He was scared of it. And I think he only watched like the first 2 episodes. And he's been, since then, he's been like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. We're doing the snap next, y'all. So wait, let me read this real quick. Position that so that the back is facing up. Yep. Here we go. We're just measuring down for this to install the snap. So he hasn't wanted to watch it. And I was like, Jake, I feel like you're really going to enjoy it now. And so we started watching it again. Maisie, who is almost 3 years younger than him, is like fully in. She loves it. We watched, oh my gosh, we binged like 4 episodes last night. So I was having all kinds of Stranger Things dreams, like crazy, crazy dreams last night. And I've already seen it. Like I've already seen all 4 seasons, right? Anyway, I was having some wild dreams. So we have 1 more episode to go, the season finale for season 1, I think. but yeah, they're really liking it. Let's see. That's so sweet. Mary Lou, I am making a tote with my Wingo board. I'm assuming you mean Wingo, not window. From both spring and holiday Wingo. Oh, nice. Okay. Love it. Let's see. Joanne, I'm just hanging out to see what Wingo is, and I'm working on a guild challenge quilt. Cool. So, Joanne, I will put and I think I might just send out an email as well this week with this, but Wingo is basically fabric bingo. It is something we do a few times a year in my group, and it all started during COVID when we were kind of all alone and in our house, and we couldn't be all that social. And it's kind of evolved over time, but I'm putting a link. That's a link to my blog where I described what Wingo is, how it started, what it is, how we do it, all that jazz. Okay. It's kind of just like a fun community event, low pressure, just something to do on a Friday night or in person. I do it in person now, and that's extra fun. Okay. So the snap. Okay. I need to mark the center of my pocket first before we get too crazy. Maisie is like so excited about making Wingo bracelets for the in-person version of Wingo, right? In Vegas, she's making friendship bracelets. Oh, I need that pen still for Wingo. And she's so excited about it, yet she kind of like, she's extra and she overthinks things. And so that measurement for how far down for the snap is given in the pattern. So she tends to overthink things, and she's like trying to like add all of these wild, crazy extra beads and stuff. And I'm like, I think that we should just go simple, Maisie, like make the phrases cute. The bracelet can still be really cute. I was like, if you go really over the top, you kind of tend to overthink things. And then, you might not finish and nobody will get a bracelet because, you don't have enough. And now she's mad at me. So there's that. All right. Oh, make sure you don't cut through. Huh? Wouldn't that be awful? I just cut through my board. Okay. I'm just making the little holes for the snap here. And I usually just use my Ginger snips because they're so strong and they can make these ones. They're like, I can't use them for like if I'm cutting like a lot of stuff like in a row because they like hurt, right? There's like no padding. But if you need like a strong straight cut, I love them. Okay. All right, so we're going to install the male. Yes, the male version will be on this. On the we will install first, okay? The male version has that little bump. I can get it through the thing. There's one side. Yep. I've also put up stuff on that blog. It's called, I think I called it Behind the Seams. And then it has a drop down that says, Let's Talk Fabric. I also put up their like stuff on different fabric bases that I have in my shop. Oh, and this is just Decaville, just to add some sturdiness for the snap. Ooh. Come on, there it is. I'm going to press it a little bit so it holds it down. So there's other stuff about like the fabric clubs, the difference between each of the fabric club subscriptions, what kind of fabric bases I offer in the shop, printed fabric bases at least, like what the difference is between them. And then Oh my gosh. Are you guys there? I can't. Can you get that? Okay. Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know. Yeah. You need to call. You'll call about the internet? Okay. Yeah. Our internet just went out for no apparent reason. So let me get the extra camera up again. I'm so sorry. I don't know. We pay so much for friggin' internet and it goes out. I mean, it's never actually gone out during a live, but it goes out more than it should. Let's just say. All right. So now that the drama's done, Grim's job is now to call about the internet. So I installed the, good. I'm glad you guys are all still here. Sorry. I know. It's like, drives me crazy. Seriously, the amount we pay for our internet, and we opted for like the highest, fastest internet here because both me and Graham work from home. Okay. Hi, Charlene. Yeah, and I was trying to get on the stream using my phone, but the streaming service I use that goes to Facebook and YouTube, the only way to get it on your phone is you only can log in as a guest, and you need to be invited by the host to log in as a guest. So I couldn't invite myself because I couldn't get it on my computer because we didn't have internet. Okay. I digress. We're over it. Okay. So what I did was, while everybody was waiting for me to come back, I installed the snap, right? I like to put a little piece of duct tape over it just for extra security. And then the next step was you get your, is this the right side? Yeah, I guess this is the right side. Okay. You get your main panel piece, which for me is this one, the wax canvas. Okay. And she wants you to mark where the snap is going to go. Okay. So to do that, you just basically line it up. And then I just pressed in really hard so that there was like a little indent and I could mark right there with a erasable marker. And even though I can't iron on it, steam will erase that mark anyway. So that's where the snap's going to go. Okay. So now I just need to do the same thing that I did. I am a big fan of snaps. Snaps, I think, are so much easier than dealing with zippers. And the zippers aren't that bad, especially if you're doing like a zipper overlay on the inside. All right, I'm just going to cut these little tiny holes for where the snap's going to go. And then this is the female side that we're putting in right now. Thanks for hanging with me. I don't think we lost anybody. I think we may have gained a few. Maybe my internet should go out more often. All right. So I'm not going to like iron this down because, well, we shouldn't. But it's still going to like be able to, we can't iron on wax canvas, but it will still give it a little stability. And I will put some duct tape over it. And then I believe next we're going to iron or sew down. Yeah, we're going to sew the pocket to the main panel. We just needed to do this. We just needed to do the snap first. I'm trying to get this tape. I should have just cut two pieces. One. Okay, it is being stubborn. Oh my goodness. Come on, duct tape. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm just going to push this down to hold it. Right. Okay, so now when we go to sew it down, it should line up, right? There it is. Cute. I like it with the denim in the background. Okay, now we're just going to using the panel from step 2E if you install Max. Okay, you're going to line the bottom edges, which are already there because we did the snap. Okay, and we're going to baste around the curve. Obviously, we're not going to sew around here because then you wouldn't have a pocket, but we're just going to baste around the edges. Just woke up and logged in, fashionably late to the party. Melissa, you just missed our, all you missed was our internet going down. The internet just went down for a few minutes. We're not all that far. We just did the pocket and the snap. Okay, so we're only on step like, well, you know, Melissa, you've made a bunch of these. We're basting the pocket down right now. All right, Sylvia, we'll see ya. Thanks for joining for a little bit. Melissa is actually the person who turned me on to this pattern. I think, Melissa, this is your, did you say that this is your favorite tote to make? That's what you told me. I think I'm going to like the larger version a lot better than the small version. Kind of and it's a long tote. It's like really tall. Maybe that's why it's a bookish tote, because it can fit the big books. We're getting a new library, a brand new library here in Bend. It's like it's the biggest library I've ever seen in my life. It's like gargantuous. It's huge. I'm not sure why we need such a big library, but I'll have to take my bookish tote to check out some library books at the new library. We already have a very nice library too that's downtown. They're building like this. It's huge. It looks like it could be like a hospital or something. It's like that big. I love installing a pocket like right away like this because you can just see how fun it is, right? Immediately. Okay. It's cute. Okay, now we're going to install, I don't know if mine's a little off center. It might be a little wonky. Make sure when you put your pocket on that it's like straight. Mine looks a little bit wonky, but that's okay. All right, we're going to do the, I'm going to put the tag on next. Okay. I should have written down how far down this tag is. Oh, we can measure up from the pocket. Okay. So let's see. This tag is about 2 inches up from the pocket. So if you want to do it in the same-ish place, again, I need to get my center. Hold on. The nice thing about wax canvas too is it kind of, oh, well, this one already hasn't done it. A lot of times when you fold to find your center, it like makes that marks very obvious. A little harder with this one because it's already got the, like kind of like that tie-dye look to it. So I'm going to mark the center. Okay, there it is. All right, what did I say? 2 inches up? So that would put our tag about there. Or should we go a little higher because this is Oh, I might go there. I like it right there. 2 inches. That's 2 inches up from the pocket. Let me grab some tape so I can put it. Oh, there's a puppers in here with me. Oh, my tape's over here. Hi, puppers. Hi, how did you get in, Philip? Okay. Yeah, don't forget to install your tag. Special for Wingo. Two. Okay, so the bottom is going to be 2 inches up from the pocket. Ooh, look at it. It's fun because it's like navy. This one's navy blue, the tag I have. Okay. I'm going to be lazy. I'm not even going to change my thread, I don't think. Oh, should I change my thread and do like blue thread? Am I going to be mad at myself if I don't? Yeah, I might as well. Okay, Melissa says, for sure it looks more complicated than it is. Yeah, it's true. It does look more complicated than it is. Sorry, Bobby. I'm doing different thread. I'm going to do different thread because I'll be irritated if I don't. What if I do a terrible top stitch? And then you can, it's so obvious because it is on like tan. Blech. Right? There's some things I can be lazy about, and there's some things that I've learned that I just shouldn't be lazy about. Okay. All right. I'm not going to change the bobbin thread, though. I'm just going to go with it. So we'll see if that works out for me. Bye, Sarah. You have a good day, too. Bob, do not get after my tags. I have all of my tags from Jade and Chris, as well as like the Mormuno tags, hanging on the door. And the cat thought it would be fun to get up there and try to bat at them. Sarah, we'll probably still be here after you're done having lunch if you want to join us again. Okay. Oh, I need long strings. What am I doing? Come on. Pull it out. There we go. So when I do the tags, I do long strings so that we can tie them, pull them through and tie them off. And then you don't have to do a back stitch. Yeah, much better that I use navy thread. Scissor. Okay. All right, there we go. There's a cute little tag. All right, I need to pull the, where's my lighter? I feel like if it's not too obvious, which I think that this one's totally fine, It's easy to use. It's easier to use. Well, we'll see how this works out. Yeah, it's easier to use different color thread on your bobbin because then you can see what you're pulling through, right? Except where the heck is this one? Okay. Come on. Oh, there. It was stuck. There it is. Yeah, much easier. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to knot these off and then burn them, the ends. This used to intimidate me doing this. I don't know why, but pulling the threads through, like, it like annoyed and intimidated me. It used to. I don't know why. But now that I've gotten used to doing it, so much better. Okay. Ah, hi, Erin. Fredericksburg. What were you doing in Fredericksburg? Well, Erin, I need to talk to you about Wingo in Vegas. Remind me, please. There it is. My power went out, then came back on. Then it will be back on around. Oh my gosh. There you go. There's our cute little tag. Shake those balls. Okay. Cute, cute. All right. Now that we're done with that, let's see. Ooh, now it's handles. Already, huh? Feels so early to be attaching the handles. Lengthways and fair person makes 2 small creases. Fold front in half lengthwise. Oh, she wants us to find the center so that we can attach the handles. Okay. All right. So these again are the handles that I'm using. They are from, I'm pretty sure they're from Saya Swag. Yeah, that totally stinks, Wendy. Erin, our internet went down. And then Wendy's power went down. Okay. Good. I didn't catch the stitch on this side. It'll catch it. Maybe I'll do it right now just to, before I didn't catch the basting stitch down on the side, which is fine. It would catch it anyway. That'll just make it easier on me. Okay. So we already have the center. Okay. Then she gives the measurement in the pattern of how far out from the center to mark. Although I feel like maybe I didn't. It seems so close. I wonder if I want to do mine a little. No, it's not actually. That's perfect. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're just going to baste it in place. Baste the handles in place. So here's the thing, y'all. Make sure that your handle isn't twisted at all when you baste it, because that would sting. Nobody wants a twisted handle, right? And I'm going to baste it like a little bit over the top, like not right at the edge. A little extra. Wonder if I didn't cut my strap. I mean, I cut my straps to what she said in the pattern, but I wonder if it's going to cut me off at my shoulder, if it's going to armpit me. You know, when the bag and the handles aren't quite long enough and it like gets in your armpit. Okay. Basting handles. I need to change my thread back. There's one handle. Okay, and then we probably need to do this to the back side too. Oh, we already did our patch. Bump, 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 bump. Yep. Okay, let's do the back panel. Put this back over here. All right. Wanda, leave it alone. Oh, that's Philip. Philip, why are you barking? You don't need to bark. Usually it's Wanda who gets irritated when other dogs walk by, but today it's Philip apparently. Don't get into that habit, Philip. It's not a good one. Okay. Lynn says, I would cut them a little longer in my opinion. Yep, I agree, Melissa. It's okay. This one will just be like, and maybe it'll be like a elbow crease type of bag that I use. I'm cheering you on. I'm making bags for So Powerful Organization. What is that? Well, that's amazing. Wait, tell me more. So Powerful is it takes purses to girls in Africa so they can have something to carry their monthly visitor supplies in. Wait, you need to, Lynn, I need to know more about this. That's fabulous. Okay, I need to know more. Will you email me or like message me on Instagram or something? Because I love that. I would love to do something like that. We should do a whole sew-along. We should do a Bob and Buddy sew-along about that. That just where we all make bags. And then y'all could like just send them to me or something and I can ship them all. Wouldn't that be, oh, Kendra knows. You know about it, Kendra. I love it. Oh my God. Yeah. Do you want to? Okay. Let's talk about it. We should totally do it. We'll do it maybe. Okay. Maybe. Well, we are doing a Bob and Buddies next Friday. I'll talk to Jade and Jenna and see if they want to do it for that. That's so fun. I love doing stuff that like just benefits others. Uh-oh, my kids sound like they're fighting out there. They're also a nonprofit for domestic violence. Oh, that's fun too. We should do just a few of those a year that are just like, then, oh my gosh. Have you all watched the Quilters documentary on Netflix? It is about it's prisoners. It's, I don't know what security, but it's like, you know, there's violent, it's a rehabilitation program in a prison in, oh my gosh, I don't remember where it was. Is it Nebraska? Anyway, it's on Netflix. It's a group of prisoners, and they're making quilts for for foster kids and it's specifically for foster kids to send to foster kids on their birthdays, because lots of times they don't get, they certainly don't get a handmade quilt, right? And so it's something that they can just keep with them forever, to know that they're like, you know, cared for and loved. But it's this group of prisoners, all males, and you have to watch it. It's a Netflix documentary and it's called The Quilters. And if you haven't, it's like so heartwarming. Yeah, you have to watch it, Erin, except you're going to also cry because it's It's so sweet. Anyway, it's this, they have like a whole, I need to watch it again because I was just like standing there like teary and like just in awe of what they can do. And they take it very seriously. Like, and they take the design of their quilts very seriously. And then at one point, like somebody messed up on his quilt and they had to like rip it all out, and they like kind of like got together and like rallied around him as a team. Anyway, to fix the quilt. It was like, oh, and they're very specific about like their colors and their designs, and they do a freaking amazing, like better job than I could do. But anyway, it's these group of guys in this, I don't know if it's a maximum security prison, but I mean, yeah. So it's a rehabilitation thing. Anyway, my point is I have a lot of fabric. I have a lot of fabric, like pre-business fabric, quilters cotton. And I think that I'm going to send them some. And some I have like that are like just tons of like pre-cut squares, like pre-cut 10-inch, 5-inch squares. Like, anyway, I want to send them, I want to get a box together and send it all to them. Because I just love what they're doing. Yeah, I know. I saw, well, they said at the end of the documentary, at least one at the end of the documentary, they noted that he passed away. And then Jenna from Thunderbird Handcrafted, she sent me a link to a podcast that was, the podcast was with, oh my gosh, I'll have to find it. The podcast was, it was like a sewing podcast, but it was the person that she was interviewing was the maker of this film. So it was kind of neat to hear like what she had to say about the making of it. Anyway, it's like super feel good. Like I said, I need to watch it again. And then I need to look up where exactly it's in the fabric to. Because I love, it's just, it was so great. I liked the guy especially that he said he loves butterfly fabric because his mama loves butterflies. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, so I'm now finally attached the straps on the back. Okay, so we have the front and the back straps. We have our tag. Let's see. Oh, now we're already assembling the exterior. Okay, so we're going to get our gusset. We're going to attach the gusset to one another. That's what we're doing first. Sorry, that was kind of confusing me. Okay, our gusset pieces are right here. Okay, we are going to attach the gusset pieces to one another, and then we're going to sew it onto the bag. All right. And after we attach them, let's see, I need to get my seam correct again. Make sure you're attaching the right. So when I use wax canvas, I try to use the right side is the one that doesn't feel like it's as like waxy, I guess. Okay. And then after we do this, we're going to press the seams open, like butterfly them open. Mind you, on mine, I'm just going to finger press because it's canvas, or it's wax canvas, and I can't. Now, if you wanted to, which I might do, yeah, I'm going to actually do a top stitch. So okay, let me show you. So this is the wrong sides, right? So this is the seam that I just did, attaching them. I'm going to butterfly them open. So that means just, you know, they each go opposite direction. I'm going to turn this over and I'm just going to do a little top stitch on either side. But I am going to change out my thread since I still have navy in there. Not that navy wouldn't, I mean, it would go, but I'll try to be a little bit consistent today. At least on the stitches that show, right? Chill with his butterflies. Yes. I loved Chill. And it's so cute. So the documentary has like, I mean, it has guys that have been like, you know, doing in this sewing group thing for a while. And then there's like, you know, then there's a guy that's like kind of the veteran of the group that brings new people in. It's so interesting. And kind of like even guys like if they've never sewn, because like most guys are like, well, I've never sewn in my life, you know, and it's like, it's okay. We'll teach you. It's easy. Like it's just, it's so awesome. I love it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do that top stitch like I said. I mean, it's not the best top stitch I've done in my life, but it'll work. Okay. So. Helen, you're totally fine. We're not that far. We're only on step 4. Okay, we're going to get the gusset and we're going to place it right side together with the front panel. Ah, yes, that is why we marked. I should have marked the bottom before I did. Oh, well, that's fine. I got to mark that bottom seam. It's because we're trying to match the gusset up with the bottom. Duh. Which I already have the top seam. So that's fine. Or the top middle point. That's why we marked the bottom and the top before. Which Katie didn't do. That's okay. I'm going to do it now on both the front and the back panels. Okay. There we go. All right. So we're going to match up and do the front first. We're going to match up the, there it is. Okay. Right sides together. We're matching the bottom seam up with the, oh, you can't see that, can you? The bottom seam up with the bottom center of the bag. Okay, and we're going to clip it right sides together. And then we're going to sew the gusset on. This is a pretty easy gusset to sew, if I remember correctly, too. Just because it's big. It's a big-ass gusset, right? Hi, Yvonne. And then I think, does she say to clip? Yeah, if you have extra fat, okay, she says, okay, and after we clip it in, we're going to, we're going to make little snips, small 1/4-inch cuts in the seam allowance of the gusset to help ease it around the curves. Okay. So right here to ease it into the curve so it fits. And most people that most patterns that have you do gussets have you do this. Make the little cuts. It just helps for it to kind of lay in those lay in the corners, the curves around the corner, right? And it will, if they're little cuts, it will it'll be covered up with the seam allowance that we use. Okay. Okay, and then she says not to worry if we have extra fabric at the top edges of our gusset, to not worry about it, okay? Because we can trim it in the next step. So it's not, I think she gave us extra probably on purpose, right? I'm just clipping right now around the corners. A little extra fabric at the top is kind of a nice way to do it because it allows for, you know, a mess up. Huh. Hi, Yvonne. Did I already say hi to you? If not, hello. And Helen. Helen, I'm glad you got to join us. Helen, you could probably jump on if you wanted to make this bag and start. Ooh, I don't know why it just went to full screen. You could probably catch up with the amount that I talk. Okay. There is half of it. All right, I'm going to clip a little bit around here that I can ease the other side. These scissors are also nice for this kind of work where you're having to clip into the, they're just nice strong scissors. I love my gingers. My little gingers. I have larger gingers too. I don't really use them as much. I use Kai's instead. But my little gingers are like frigging rock stars. And since these are made in Italy, I thought Ginger was German. Am I wrong? Could have sworn Ginger was German. But maybe not. Okay. Now I'm going to go and keep clipping here, or keep clipping the rest of my gusset on. And then the front's going to come together real fast all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. Come on. The wax canvas is being a little stubborn. All right. Almost there. Okay, one more clip. There we go. All right, now got the gusset all clipped on. There's the inside. Okay, we are going to sew around. Whoop. Clip's dropping on the floor. Yep, we're going to sew around the edge at what she says in the pattern for a seam allowance. Make sure you backstitch at the beginning and the end. Okay. And then we will trim it as needed afterwards. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Ooh, I should have used my curvy seam allowance guide. Oh, well, where is it? I have a curvy seam allowance that allows you to, one of these guys now. I really used it a ton, but it would be nice for, I'm going to see if I can switch it out real quick and if it helps. So it's supposed to like, I don't know. There's like a lot of different, and then that is like, I think to help you around the curve, or, oh, this is to help you around a curve. I'm going to see if it works. Okay. Let's switch it out real quick. Right now, I just had like one of these ones on, which I love too. All right, let's see if that works. Maybe it'll be a disaster. Who knows? Oh, although I think I'm going the wrong way. Well, we'll see how this works. One of my clips popped off. Has anybody else tried one of those curvy, or the what I just showed you? Does it work? I'm always looking for like little like gadgets to make my life easier. Messing with the, you know what I need? My stylus. That would make life easier right now. All right. We got around one curve, people. This isn't too bad of a curve either. It's just because it's so big. I'm just having to work with it a little bit more because of the wax canvas. Stylus does help a lot though. And it can get in where your fingers can't, right? You need all these fingers. Whoop, I just poked myself with the stylus. Not what I wanted to do. There we go, home stretch. Okay. There we go. Did it work? Did it work? Yeah, I did. There it is. Okay. Here's what we just did. Mine does have a little extra of the overhang, so I'm just going to trim that off. The straps in while I trim it off. Guys, let's see. I'm not ready at all, but I see a good use of wax canvas that I've not used yet. Yeah. It is a good use. That. She has, Craft Owl Handmade has a bunch of patterns for wax canvas. And I mean, as well as Noodlehead has a bunch too. Okay, it's going to be so cute, you guys, right? I will be using this bag. It's cute. Okay. What next? What next? What next? Okay, we do the same exact thing to the gusset with the gusset on for the back piece. Okay, so I'm actually going to make my little snips ahead of time since I can see where they are supposed to be. Maybe I'll do it this way. Do you want out, Philip and Bob? Both stand here. As soon as I let you out, you're going to want back in. I know. Meow. Go ahead. I give them 5 minutes and they're going to want back in. Okay, so snips again. You know what I like about her pattern too? She has really good pictures. Like, she chose good colors that are like distinct, so you know what's like going on. Have you ever done a pattern and like the pattern designer, the colors they choose for like the lining and the lining and the exterior are so similar, so like on some of the pictures you can't tell which, like, it's hard to know which is lining and which is exterior. So it's like, I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I like that Diane's pattern here. It's quite obvious what the lining is, what the exterior is. So you know exactly what you're doing, which pieces you're using and stuff. Just makes it easier. Okay. Almost there. I think doing the snips, like just taking this extra few minutes, that does make a difference. Woo! A few more. Okay. So now I'm going to get this piece. Okay, and I'm going to sew it. I'm going to sew it this way, I think. Whoop. Right? So I'm going to sew it with this down. Does that make sense? This way. So first line up the bottom, center. And then clip out from there. See, bottom center. Just like we did on the other. This is an easy way, like if you haven't done a ton of gussets, it's an easy one to practice gussets on too, because this gusset is so huge. And the corner that you're clipping around is a big enough, like sometimes it's hard, like if you try it with a teeny tiny gusset, like on a smallish bag, it's a little bit harder to do, right? Just because it's small. This gusset isn't as bad just because it's a big curve. I like big curves. Oh, Hammer Stitch also has patterns for wax canvas. Here, I'll put Mary Lou's comment up. There you go, if you're looking for more wax canvas patterns. Mary Lou, are you all done with your prepping your stuff for the market? Is that is that in July? Mary Lou's doing Cape Cod, right? Market. And it's specifically around the 50th of Jaws, I think. Right? Is that where it is? Cape Cod? Oh, it's in August. Okay. So you're probably still prepping then, huh? Like, I know when you're getting ready for a market, it seems like never ending. There's always more, right? You always feel like you could do more. I make it look so easy. Ha! There's some cursing happening. But it's just cursing in my head. It's not out loud today. I think this is more forgiving than this one is, and I'll say the second one is a little harder to clip just because you have more fabric that you're like dealing with. One of the first times I tried a gusset was on the Rosie, which is from Knotted Threads, the like sling bag crossbody thing from Knotted Threads. Oh my gosh. And I decided that Jenna always laughs at me because I decided that it would be a good idea to make 7 of them before Christmas because I wanted to make a Rosie for each of my nieces plus Maisie, right? So it was not a good idea to do it under pressure as Christmas gifts. And with those gussets were like killing me at the time. I should have tried I should have practiced before I took on something like that, but it's very on brand for me. Be like, oh yeah, I can totally do it. Ah! And I can totally do 7 under a time crunch. Ah. Okay. Let's see. I'll take a look. August. I made some wax canvas bags and pouches with embroidered outline. Oh, cool. That's neat. Yeah, 7 is crazy, right? And then I was like, I'm never making that one again. But now that it's like, a couple of years away from it, I feel like maybe I can, maybe now I want to try the Rosie again and see if it's not as bad as it was when I did it the first time. now that I'm more used to like gussets and curves and binding. Oh my. Should make a sticker that says gussets and curves and binding. Oh my. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to stitch it with this side down so it lays a little bit more flat. Oh, and I'm going to get rid of all these extra clips that were from the last time I clipped the gusset on. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to stick these. No, they shouldn't get caught in the seam. I'm going to stick them on the inside just so they don't. Sometimes when I leave the straps out, they get like caught on like my sewing machine or stuff that's sitting next to the sewing machine. Like if I have a cup full of my like tools, it's annoying. Where's the stylus? I always forget to use the stylus. Jenna and Jane make fun of me. They're like, why are you making it harder on yourself? Yeah, I just hit the first curve. Let's see how it's doing so far. Pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to go extra slow because we're at curves. Am I right? Curves. Not the worst curves, though. I feel like this seam allowance tool, or the seam guide, sorry, seam guide, might actually be helping. It was just something I ordered off Amazon. And it actually looks like it's working. Uh-oh, there we go. Okay, going around the next curve. All right, home stretch. Don't forget to back stitch at the end too. Woo! We are in. Make sure that you've got all of your okay, I think it worked. Make sure that you caught your right in case any clips moved, that you caught all of your the front and the back. Okay, but let's see, does she want us to Well, she wants us to press our seams open, which is not going to happen because I have wax canvas that I'm using. But she does want us to turn it right side out. And then we're going to be on the interior. And get my clips back in there. The correct spot. Okay. Wendy, you do awesome work. Oh, you use a screwdriver as your stylus? You only have one mind, Helen. Yeah, I mean, it is. Here's what I'll say. Shannon, who's the Knotted Threads pattern designer, she is real. Like every time I do one of her patterns, I learn something new. Right? She like has really great tips. And she has a really great tutorial for the Rosie. I just shouldn't have chosen to do 7 in a time crunch. It wasn't her fault. It was my fault. Around Christmas, like talk about, that's the ultimate time crunch. You're stressed anyway at Christmas. So. Ooh, it's fun. Okay. I kind of like it with the different color. Well, I'm trying to press all the seams out with my fingers at least. I like it with the 2 different colors of the 2 different colors of wax canvas is fun. Okay. That's as good as it's going to get. Oh my gosh, it's really cute. I'm glad I didn't overdo it and like choose a bunch of different. Okay. Whew. There it is. So far, right? There's the outside. I'm glad I just chose like kind of a plain like color for the back, the main panel and gusset, because it kind of then it really just showcases the Wingo card, right? The game card. Okay. There she is. Okay, so this, I believe we can set this aside now. We're going to go for the interior pocket. Ooh, I like how sturdy it is. It feels good. Okay. Yeah, I like the 2-tone, right? I like that a lot. Ooh. Looks like maybe I should have backstitched a little bit more on that gusset. Well, hopefully it'll hold. Let's see. You know what? I can add a tiny little stitch right now before I go any further, just to make sure. I think that was the gusset that I trimmed up. And maybe when I trimmed it, it didn't hold the, there it is, that's better. It didn't hold the back stitch that I had put in. Okay. There it is. Okay, so far. All right, so now we're going to grab our interior pocket pieces. Where are they? Where did I put them? There they are. All right. Okay, so that's these. And we are putting them right sides together. The seam allowance is smaller on this one. And we're leaving a gap at the top because we're going to turn it right side out. So this pocket is just going to be, it's not stitched into the seam like we did on the front. It's just going to be like right in the middle. Okay. So we're sewing it together. We're going to leave an opening right here, and we're going to sew it right sides together and then turn it out. Okay. Make sure it's actually right sides together now, Katie. Now they say 5:45. Oh, boo. Ugh, it drives me crazy when the power is out. Melissa, are you making this bag with your Wingo board as well? I know that you've made so many of these ones. Or are you doing something different with your Wingo board? You know, it'd be really cute with our Wingo boards. I don't know if it would work. Or if the Wingo board might not be big enough. It would be cute to make bucket hats. Wouldn't that be fun? Or Wingo boards. Oh, somebody wants back in. I told you, what has it been? Maybe it's been 10 minutes. Oh, I see. Yeah. Both of you, huh? What, did you feel left out? Huh? Graham says that Philip is our dog, one of our dogs. We have Philip and Wanda. And Graham says that Philip is my barnacle. Because he's attached to me constantly. All right. I'm just marking the opening. I can make sure that I don't sew over it. All right, so this is going to be a closer. Okay. So I'm going to backstitch pretty good here. From where I start, right? Because we're going to turn it out, so you don't want it to, like, the stitches to come out when we do that. I will say, I kind of like this turning tool. I mean, this seam guide, guys, is making it a little bit easier to do the curves. And it comes, I think it's in a 2-pack. Okay. There it is. I sew it right sides together. Now we're just gonna left an opening. Okay, so now thinking we probably turn it out. Oh, we clip the corners first so that when we turn it out, the corners are nicer. See, I'm glad I'm following the pattern. And she has you clip here at the top too, but don't clip in your seam allowance. Okay. Oh, I'm actually using my winter Wingo board for the inside pocket since I didn't get to sew it up last time. Nice. Okay. All right. Okay, so I've clipped, see, all around the curves. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it right side out. And then we're going to sew while we can press. Ooh, my iron probably turned off. It's cute. Okay. I need to get my little turning tool thing. My chopstick. It's a cute little pocket. Patience, right? Patience while turning. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's cute. Okay. Let me see. This side looks like it needs to be pushed out a little more. Okay. All right. So, okay. So I'm waiting for my iron to heat up, but I have it turned right side out. Okay. So this was the opening. We're just going to turn this in and get there. And we're going to top stitch 2 rows, just like we did on the front pocket. Right? Yeah. I'm going to try, my iron heats up here. I'm going to press that just because it'll make it easier and it's not wax canvas. Oh, it's on. Okay, I'm going to press that down and then clip it. I might not even have to clip it if it makes press down. Okay. All right, so now there you go, right? So I'm going to sew 2 rows just like I did on the front pocket. I'm going to actually sorry, I need to remeasure my seam allowance here. You guys have one of these seam guides from, well, you could use the seam guide that if you bought the Wingo template, you could use that seam guide. I also have a seam guide from Madam Sew that I use sometimes. I don't know where my seam, the one we made you all is. Okay. Okay. And then one more. All right, there she is. A little cute little pocket. We're just going to trim these extra threads. Oh. So quiet up here without the kids. And I have my door closed too. I should close my door more often. My office. I'm going to singe just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now that we've done that, we can take our lining. So I'm going to move this over here. Here's my lining. Okay. And it's lining panel B that we're doing. And we are marking I'm going to mark I'm just going to do it now. Mark the bottom center and the top center. Right? Might as well just do it all at once. You could snip it too if you didn't want to mark it with a pen, I suppose. You just have to make sure that you do a teeny tiny little snip. Right? Because you don't want that snip to get in your. Well, it looks like I already marked the center on this one. Okay. Because we're going to have to put on the gusset, the lining gusset too. So we're almost, but not quite done with the purse. There we go. Okay. There. I have marked my center. All right. And then she gives you the measurement in the pattern. Okay. And we're just going to top stitch around this. Okay. So I'm going to actually. Mark where it's supposed to go and draw a line so that I can. She has you, I believe she has you pin it in place because it's, I mean, how else are you going to do it? You can't really clip in the middle of the. Okay. Yeah, you can't really do clips here, so you're going to have to pin it. Which means I need my pins. I mean, you don't want to use double-sided tape because, well, I mean, I guess you could use 1/8 inch, but you'd have to make sure it stayed in, you had it exactly in the seam. Okay. If I were going to make this again, I might. Uh-oh, what happened? Did you guys? Oh, there. Weird. I must have hit the mouse. I should put it up here. I looked up at the screen and you were gone. It was just my desktop. And can still hear my hubby snoring. That's funny. If I were going to do it again, I like it how we did I like how we did the pocket on the front panel. I really like it when the pockets are sewn into the seam for some reason rather than just floating. But we're going by So if I did it again, I might make this pocket bigger and make it use up like all of the squares, all of the extra squares I had, and just sew it directly into seam. Does that make sense? But we're going by the pattern instructions today. Okay, so we're just going to top stitch the pocket on right here around. Okay. We got to make sure that we back stitch on both sides, here and here, so the pocket doesn't lift up, right? So I'm going to back stitch pretty good on them. My pedal keeps moving on me. Okay, here we go. Slow down around the curves, Katie. Don't get ahead of yourself. Okay, pockets on. There we go. I'll take these pins out now. It is a cute little pocket. I like it with the pink too. And then the gusset's going to be red, mostly because I ran out of the pink for my gusset on the inside. But I think it'll work because there's red in here too. Okay, so now we just take this. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to back stitch a little bit more on that one. And then you just set the you're going to set this side aside. Maisie's going to want to steal this bag from me, and I'm going to tell her no. All right. All right. There's that. Okay. And so she said just to set that aside. And we're going to make the lining panels. Oh, we're going to do the hang tab first. Okay. So that's the little thing that our key ring is going to hang off of. Okay. So we'll set that up here. This is what the key ring that I chose is going to do. We are going to first fold it in half. And then I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do is press it so I can see where my fold is. We're going to fold the ends into the center. Like this. And like this. Okay, and then we're going to fold it in half again. I'm going to stitch that down and then, I'm going to press it down and then we're going to stitch it along both edges, long edges. Okay. Now we're just going to top stitch here and here. Okay, along the long edges. You know what? I might need to go grab a different key ring. I don't know if I grabbed one that was too small. Or not key ring, I guess swivel hook. Oh no, maybe. Yeah, I grabbed one that was too small. Okay, I need to go grab a bigger one that's going to fit. Hold on. Oh, hopefully I have one. Oh, yeah, I do. I have a bunch. This one looks like it's going to fit. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's our little key ring. Where's this one go? Okay. I organized all of my, so I put in a big with Kasaya. She was having like a birthday sale. So I put in a big Saya swag order at the beginning of May. And then it all arrived. And on Mother's Day, I spent the entire day organizing all my hardware. And then I just realized today when I was trying to prep this bag this morning that I hadn't like done a project, which is sad, in like over a month, right? But when I was looking for like my hardware and stuff, it was so easy to find it all. It made my heart so happy. Okay. We are going to take the opposite panel, so the one without the pocket, and we are going to, you know what? I'm going to base this first together so I don't have to worry about it. She doesn't say that you have to do that in the pattern. She just has you stitch it directly on, and I don't have to worry about holding it closed, right? Okay. There. So now it's closed. And we are going to like basically just baste it on like that. Okay. She gives the measurement in the pattern. Okay. So she gives the measurement in the pattern. I'm not telling you. It's about there. Roughly, right? I'm going to let it overhang just a little bit again. Okay. And we're just going to baste that bad boy in place. Right along the top. There it is. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to assemble the rest of the lining pieces. So we need to get, these are mine. Okay. So we're going to go right sides together and we're going to attach them. I chose to do, so this is all, the pink is, you know, just like waterproof canvas. But I chose to do these top lining pieces as wax canvas because I thought maybe I'd just give it a little more structure, like for it to like stand up at the top. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I didn't, it said to not bother interfacing the lining if you're using a waterproof canvas material for the lining. So I was like, sweet, don't have to do that either. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's only been 2 hours. Getting done in pretty good time today. Okay, so she gives the seam allowance in the pattern, but we are just going to attach lining panel B to lining panel A for both the front and the back, okay? Do you want to go out now too? You got to stop. You got to decide one or the other, in or out. Oh my gosh. Go. I think they smelled somebody making food. Okay. So, where's my seam guide? Okay, there's one. And be careful when you go over the key fob area. I'm actually going to stitch twice over that key fob. I guess it's not, is it not? It's not called a key fob. What's it called? Okay, now we're going to flip it up. Let's see, and you're going to press your seam towards the top edge. Okay. So this, it's a little awkward with the key thing, but this is going to go towards the top. Okay. And then what we're doing is, oh my gosh, it's cute. We're just going to stitch along the top. It's a top stitch. All right, I'm going to lengthen my stitch a little bit. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, there's one. Let's see, Janelle, highlight. What is the pattern? So this is the Bookish Tote, and it's by Craft Owl Handmade. And I will put the link again in the chat. There it is. She's on Etsy. She has lots of great patterns just in general, but she does have a lot of great patterns for using wax canvas too, which is what I'm using on the exterior. Okay, so there's our interior so far. All right, I believe now we are just assembling the lining. Yeah, fold them. Yep. Okay, yep, we're attaching the lining to the gusset, to the lining gusset. Ooh, I just scratched myself on that tape thing. Let's move that. Okay, so my lining gusset is red. All right, so if you remember, we needed to mark the bottom so that we could attach the lining. First, we need to attach the gusset to the other gusset, right? Okay, I think, yeah, I think that's the front. I'm just trying to feel where the front is. Okay, so we're going to attach these, the 6-inch sides together, the short sides, the short sides together. And then we're going to butterfly out the seams again like we did last time. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. And there's this. Okay, I'm going to do what I did last time and just top stitch, right? She wants us to butterfly the seams out, right? So that's when they're each going in the separate direction. I'm just going to do the quick little top stitch. And I'm not going to worry about the thread color because it's on the inside, so who cares? Not me. It's my bag. I don't care. All right. Now we know that the center of the gusset is where the seam is, right? So we're going to do the same as we did before. I guess I'll start with this one where we go right sides together. We're going to clip as needed. Did I go? Yeah, this is the side that I started with. And then, yeah, we're going to clip into the seam a little bit as needed to ease it around the curve. We are like so close to being done. The only thing we need to remember in the gusset, the lining panel, remaining lining panel. Yeah, for one of the gusset sides, we're going to leave we need to make sure that we leave a hole because that's what we're turning it through. So we can attach it completely on this side, but when we get to attaching the other lining panel, we need to leave a hole in the gusset. I mean, you could have also done, you could have embellished this as much as you want, I suppose. You could have added a zipper pocket panel. I mean, I like to add, you don't have to do the panel overlay for a zipper pocket, but I like to. Because I just like how it looks. Anyway, you could have done that, and then you could have turned this bag through the zipper pocket instead of having to worry about turning it through the gusset. If you wanted. Okay, almost. Let's see, do I have enough on that? Add a few more clips over this side. Oh, maybe. Okay. All right, that should be good. Okay, I'm going to clip it in. On this side, it'll probably be a little bit easier because this is just wax canvas that I'm working with. So it's probably going to be a little bit easier to ease it in. Yeah. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing where we have our gussets a little bit longer than the bag. But and then we'll just trim it probably like we did last time. I'd rather have a too long gusset than a too short gusset, right? Cute and inexpensive. Oh yeah, totally. It is cute. You'll like her patterns. They're super easy to read and follow. Okay. She just came out with a new backpack. Melissa, are you still here? And if so, have you tried the new backpack that just came out? I thought it looked super cute. but I have not had time to sew anything. So I guess I sewed something during the last Bobbin Buddies. I sewed a woolen wax tote by Noodlehead. And I guess I'll sew something this Friday because we have another Bobbin Buddies coming up this coming Friday. The 20, I don't even know, 28th, maybe 27th. I'll send out an email this week about it. Almost there. So many clips. I need to get a minion that will do all the clipping for me. All right. Haven't done the backpack, but I love her Rigby and Easton crossbodies, and it all looks so much more impressive than they are. More impressive. Yeah, it looks like you really did something. Okay, I have this all clipped. Okay. And then I'm going to sew it like this with this down, right? Sewing machine all around. Being slow. Ooh, I'm going to add a few more clips right there because I don't like how that's puckering. And it looks like it might try to come loose. I'm kind of an over clipper. I'm going to go slow around the curves. Okay. Are super easy to follow and very straightforward. Yeah, I agree. All right, let me set my seam allowance one more time. Okay, remember to backstitch on the top, on both sides, right? I need to slow my butt down. And then I go too fast around these curves and I'm going to screw myself. All right, let me get the stylus. Okay, we're hitting curve number 1. Come on. All right. Come on, baby. Okay, coming around curve number 2. Play by play. Almost there. All right. Home stretch. Woo! Ooh, I have a little tiny spot that looks like maybe I think it's going to be fine. Yeah. All right. So there's the in. Oh, excuse me. The inside. Right? Cute, right? It's actually kind of cute, I think, with the red. I'm going to trim up the tops. Trim these tops. And then we're going to do the same and attach the gusset to the back panel. I'm going to make sure my back stitching still held. Yeah, that's what it did. Okay. All right. So now we need to get the back panel, do the same thing. So match up the bottom center. Grab a buttload of clips again. I'm going to clip right now. Sorry, I'm going to snip right. Well, I'm going to do 2 more clips just to attach to the bottom. And then I'm going to start snipping into the seam to make it for the corner. What is everybody's favorite tote pattern? Like there's a pattern that all of you, I'm sure, like when you just need an easy win, or just what is your favorite pattern maybe? I love the Tuesday tote. I will always love the Tuesday tote. My knotted threads. I love all the different ways that you can customize it with her add-on pack. It's fantastic. But I also now, I'm loving the woolen wax tote too. That is the one that I'm teaching in Vegas at Socation coming up in a month. Oh my God, I can't believe it's already a month away. But it's a super satisfying and easy pattern. And I really like the size of the woolen wax tote. It's nice and big. Can fit my laptop. I have a MacBook that I use. And often when sometimes I'll go work from a coffee shop just to get out of here. Or I'll take my kids to the various sports that they do, but I'll want to work on something while I'm there. So I'll take my computer with me. Anyway, I can fit my laptop as well as other stuff, like notebooks and all that jazz in the woolen wax tote. It's great. It's become my new work bag. It was the one I made it on the Bob and Buddies that we did I think we did it in May. I have that. Oh, Mr. Heckles. I like Mr. Heckles too. I made a Mr. Heckles out of my shark fabric last year. I would love to make another Mr. Heckles. Tuesday tote. Just remembered for myself, but I found it's easier. Her patterns for myself, I found it's easier to leave the opening for the bag. Wait. Opening for the bag, turn in the side instead of the bottom. Might look a little funky when you shut it, but yeah, I agree. I think that's maybe what I did, Melissa, on the last one. I'm going to leave my opening, and because it's so the the curves are such an issue anyway. Or not an issue, but it's, it's a little bit harder with curves. So then I don't want to close up I don't want to be having to close up the seam right after I turn it around a curve. That sounds like a pain. So I'm going to leave my opening in the side as well. Agree 100%. Tuesday tote. Wendy, that's your favorite tote. Yeah, I love the freaking Tuesday tote. I have that, but I love the Mr. Heckles. Mr. Heckles is great. I sincerely, Jen. Tuesday tote is by Knotted Threads. Mine is the Annabelle. I have had the Annabelle on my to-do list for a while. I even printed out the pattern. I have everything cut. I just need to do it. But I know several people that have said the Annabelle is fantastic. And the Santorini. Santorini? Yeah, Santorini. I think that Jessica's favorite pattern is the Saya Sidekick by Lynn's Handmade, because she's made like 85 of them. And I see them constantly on, I see you posting them constantly on Instagram. The Pepin is fun. I taught the Pepin last year at Socation. It was a good one. And a different way to do the front pocket, right? It was a way I had never done the front pocket like that. Okay. This side. I gotta decide which side I'm going to leave for the hole. Oh, the Annabelle is fun. You've made about 20. Goodness. That's a lot. Yeah, Mr. Heckles is fun, and it's a good, like, it's pretty just straightforward. I wonder where my Mr. Heckles is from last year. Yeah, I need to make another one. The only thing with Mr. Heckles is, so I opted for, I did the straps a little differently on my Mr. Heckles because I didn't want to do like a crossbody, I think, or something. So the top panel, like, doesn't stand up, like, I messed something up. The top panel on the top, like, panel around the outside of the Mr. Heckles, it doesn't, like, it kind of like flops over a little bit. And so, and I think it's just because of how I opted to do the handles. Anyway, I think I would add some like Decaville or something to that top panel, or do the strap. I don't know. Figure out something so that it doesn't like kind of slouch. That was the only thing with that one. But again, it was because I went rogue. It was not sincerely Jen's fault. It was my fault. Okay. I'm going to leave. I left my opening. I'm going to make sure that it's like, there's my opening. But I'm going to make sure it's like down far enough from this seam right here, from the seam right here, right? So I don't have to contest with that. And I'm going to make sure that I backstitch at the openings so that when you turn it through, Whew, we are so close to being done. Oh, so close. All right, drink of water. I made the size sidekick at the Lynn's Handmade retreat. And I'm really glad I did it there because I feel like I would have been too intimidated to tackle it by myself on my own. But now that I've made one, I do want to make more of them. Let's see, the Raina. Oh yeah, the Raina, the new Lynn's Handmade. She comes out with so many good patterns. Okay. Here we go. Again, don't forget to backstitch. Also, don't forget to measure your seam allowance because I did a really crappy job on that just now when I redo it. There, I fixed it. Okay, now we're going to go around this way. Ouch. I just poked myself with my stylus. Maybe that's why I don't use it. Like poke myself all the time. Maybe I should use a screwdriver instead. Okay, we're currently going around the first corner. We're almost there. Now the straightaway, short straightaway. Coming up on the second corner. Slowly. I get to this point too sometimes, and it's like so hard for me to go slow because I'm like, I just want to be done. Okay. Almost there. Come on. I think I have a lot of extra canvas on this one for some reason. I wonder if I clipped it wrong. Okay. Whew. Mercy. Okay. We did it. Made a leather Raina. Ooh, pretty. Okay. There's the inside. My hole is on the edge, on the long side. Okay. Appears to have a little fabric, but I think it's going to be okay because I'm going to turn it in. All right, so for the pattern, we're going to leave the tote lining wrong side out, which is what it is right now. We're going to place the exterior into the lining, which will make them right sides together. Okay. When we do that, make sure your bag straps are down, right? Because you don't want to sew your bag straps into said lining. Okay, woo! There went my light. Let's see if that's gonna stay. Okay. So this is gonna go in. We're gonna stitch around the top. And then we gotta push it through the lining. So, okay, it's in there right sides together, right? We're going to match the seams up. And clip. So there's a seam. There's a seam. Ooh, that one could have been sewn down a little bit better. Okay. Go. It's where the clipping takes the longest time. The whole process. Philip, I can hear you. I know you're there. Well, okay. Okay. Now I'm just going to clip around the. Okay. Now that I've matched all those seams, now I'm going to kind of just ease the rest of it in and clip around the top. And again, I like to overclip, so it takes me a little bit longer. Then I don't have as much bunching. Oops. I wonder what color thread I have in the industrial. If I want to, the final stitch around the outside, I wonder if I should do it on the industrial. Make it look extra pretty. I might have to go change my thread over there though. Okay. In the middle and then ease the both edges in. Okay. Oh, I'm getting a clipping cramp. more and then we're done. Okay. Now I am going to double check the pattern, but I believe once it's all, so many glorious clips. Once it's all clipped around, I believe we're just going to top stitch, or not top stitch, stitch it together around the perimeter. Yep. And we want to make sure we back stitch. Okay. And then we're going to turn it through. And then we are really, really close to being done. I do like it. I have a Thor. It is the 1341. Yep, she's right there in the background under the goose. Her name is Jane. And I do like her. Although she took some getting used to, right? We've had our hard times here and there. But now, I mean, I've had her for what, 2 years now about, and I love her. I do. But I've gotten, like, you got to be okay with like figuring stuff out, I feel like, for an industrial. But yes, I do love it. Okay. I am going to sew around the top of this bag. And I feel like maybe I should have done this part at my industrial. No, I can do this part here. Yes. It's a little tight, but it's okay. Again, stylus will help, right? And you just have to like, remember not to go too fast so that if she gets stuck on anything while you're stitching, it's not the end of the world. A lot of times, like, I'll go too fast. And then, like, sometimes the clips get stuck on stuff on parts of my machine, or like, it's a lot of fabric that you're working with right now. And then if you're going too fast, it'll pull and like it can ruin your whole project, right? If you're going slow, you have time to adjust if something gets stuck and catches. Oh, see? Example, it just happened. Got stuck on the back of my machine when I was spinning it. And this part is easier on the Thor too, like on the cylinder arm, because it's a cylinder arm, so it makes it easier for the big bags. We are almost there. Okay, come on. Sometimes you just need to talk next to your machine too, right? Okay. Let me just make sure. Doesn't look like I might need to adjust. It pulled a little bit right here, so I'm going to readjust and fix the seam allowance on one of the edges, and then we're ready to turn it out. Yeah, okay. Just at the end here, it kind of messed up the seam allowance a little bit. I want to fix that. There it is. Okay, that's better. Okay. Woo! Ooh, I might want to fix that too. I'm going to just reinforce right here too. See where it like, I don't know if you can see that. It split a little bit right there. Done. The bag came out so cute. Oh, love it. Good. Oh, and you use the wax canvas too. That's awesome. I'm just reinforcing one of my. I should have gone back and done a back stitch there, but they look. Okay, I'm going to turn it through the side. Hopefully. Come on. Come on. My next bag purchase. Oh, big purchase, and I can't wait. Oh, yeah. A cylinder arm. Yep. I love my Thor. I got it from Sunny Sewing. So Sam at Sunny Sewing. I bought mine during an event a few years ago that the whole Sunny Sewing team was at. And I do just love it. And there's a great there's a group for the Thor cylinder arms too, like a Facebook group. And Sam is also super responsive. If you have questions and whatnot. So I ordered it from them and they delivered it to my door and it was all set up and ready to go. Just had to get it upstairs. Oh, I could have made sure those seams were closer together. Oh well. Ooh, I like it with the different color gusset though. On the inside too. That's kind of fun. Bottom. Close up this baby. Oh, it's real cute. Okay. Now I just need a clip. Let's see, Dawn, did you do did you leave the opening on the side or did you do it on the bottom like the pattern said? I'm just clipping the hole, the side hole. Side hole. Woo! Almost just took out the camera. I'm getting aggressive grabbing my clips. I did the opening on the bottom. It was easy to close. Good. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do my woven tag. Oh, I can do it right now. Haha. I have these little cute little woven tags. So MLS, my little shindig, and the other side is the balloon from my logo. I can put it in right now. See? It was meant to be that I do this hole on the side. Not that you can't do the tag in the bottom too. Okay, there it is. I'm going to close that up. And then I think I'm going to fire up the cylinder arm to close the whole bag, or to finish the whole bag. I'll just need a put thread in. Not that I think that my Juki could have handled this easy. I just like how the stitches look on that cylinder arm. The top stitching. Okay. There's that. Cool, cool. The side is closed. I'm going to cinch those threads just a tad. And then we're going to stitch around the top. Okay, so there's the tag, and you can't really see. There's the tag in the side. Okay, so I'm going to stuff inside. Hex 70 or 90 thread would look really nice for the top stitching. I'd use a cylinder arm if I had one too. Yeah. Sometimes I think that that's the only reason I bought my cylinder arm, was just for good top stitching. Okay, I'm going to clip this first. We can see the thread action. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't have the thing is I don't have a camera over there. I guess I could move my computer, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where I'd put it though. I haven't really figured out a good way to like put a camera on the Thor. You'll be able to see what she did. She just so easily goes over the those like thick seams where all the seams connect on the bag. She doesn't she just goes over them. She doesn't skip at all. Now that I've said that, though, right? She'll have some kind of a hiccup today. Jinxed myself. It is nice to have all the options. I agree. Oh my gosh, the inside of this bag is so cute. I love it. I love the pink and red combo. Okay. Did you all remember to use your Shake Those Balls tags? Just reminded me that I need Jade to make some for Wingo in Las Vegas too. Okay. Almost done with all the clips again. Put the clips on, take the clips off. Put the clips on, take the clips off. See, so cute. Look at the inside. Oh, you can't really see. Well, let me see. You see? Oh, yeah, they're kind of looking a little bunchy at the moment, but isn't she cute? With the denim and the red and the pink. I think it's cute. Okay. I love it. Okay, I'm going to rethread the Thor. So bear with me. She is pink in there right now from the last Bottom Buddies. Boy. Ooh, I hope I have a. Yeah. Say, I hope I have a bobbin. I do. Let's see if. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to see. I'm going to unplug this other camera. And we're going to see if I can move you all for a hot minute. So give me a sec. It'll just be me. And I think I should have enough battery in the computer where this will work. Maybe. Can you see me? Oh, yeah. Kind of. Sorry for the window glare. And there's fabric right above you. There she is. Okay. I don't have any suggestions. I've just fused before cutting. But I only make the beginner purse. I love all the color blocking. Thank you. It was honestly, Melissa, just because I ran out of stuff, so I had to color block. It was out of necessity. All right. Come on, Thor, baby. My Thor is named Jane. Okay. Whoop. All right, let's get another. Oh, for goodness sakes. There. Oh, for goodness sakes, come on. All right, let's hope she's working okay today. I find that she's works if I'm using her daily or even weekly, she tends to work better. All right. And I enjoy the knee pedal too on her. And I found this handy dandy little case on Amazon. I've had other cases before for my bobbins, but especially with the thicker threads, it drives me crazy that because the threads don't like want to stay wound. Anyway, so I found this handy dandy little case, right? For the bigger size, the industrial size bobbins. And it keeps it so it's like contained and the threads don't unwind and go everywhere. It drives me crazy when they do that. All right, let's see how she's gonna sew today. Oh, she's looking good on vinyl. All right, where's the bag? All right, now I don't know, how this is going to work. Well, we'll see. Let me see if I can move some other stuff from out behind so I can push my computer back a little bit. You can kind of still see, right? Power just came back on. Yay! Happy accidents make great projects. I agree. I need, here. This for my clips that I take off. If you do get, I don't remember who said that, I think Dot, right? Or Dottie. If you do end up getting the cylinder arm, there is a store on Etsy that Sam from Sunny Sewing, he was telling me about. But she makes accessories for the cylinder arm. So she makes, she has an accessory that's like a table for like underneath right here. So it's like, I don't know if you can see, but it's open right here. So she makes like a table so that there's something below where you can like put clips and all that. There. Okay. So I need to check her store out. You know what? I'm going to start on the back side. So if it gets wonky, nobody will know. And I'm going to make sure my tails are long too. You know, that's the biggest part, I think, is like making sure that your tails aren't getting caught in the bobbin at the beginning. She looks like she's sewing pretty well today. I should have brought my stylus over here. There we go. See, she just goes over those seams like nobody's business. Like nothing. Like butter. Whoop. Okay. She is. I just need to pull these threads through. And she will be done. Done. Okay, let me take you back over. If I can turn the light off. There it is. Okay. Say bye-bye, Jane. Thanks for helping. She did great. She is very quiet. Yep. Let me plug back in so we don't run out of battery. And get that camera, second camera back up. And then we'll show you the... Where's my mouse? And the finished product. Let's see. Okay. Good. I have strings all over me. I feel like I always have strings all over me. All right, let me pull these through real quick. And then we can show it off. She's pretty stinking cute, this bag, though. Okay. It's nice to work with the thick threads too from the industrial because they're so easy to pull through, right? There's that one. Hey, if you've done one of these bags with us today, please send me the picture of your finished, this is ugly right here, isn't it? Please send me a picture of your finished bag. I'd love to put like a collage together of all of them and post them. So please, if you don't usually share stuff on Instagram or Facebook, just like send it to me. If you can send it to me, I will share them. I would love to see what everyone makes. Okay, let me just singe and we are done. Woo! Okay. Yay! Okay, look. How cute, right? Here, let me just put the, let me put this. We don't need the second camera. Didn't she turn out cute? Ooh, I'm liking that I did it with the denim. And we have a pocket with a snap. And it just took us over 3 hours. So I bet if you were doing this completely on your own, you could do it in like 2. Right? She's so fun. I think she's pretty cute. And the inside is pretty cute too. And a good size. Like I could easily fit my iPad and other stuff in here. I would, let's see. Yeah, I think I would. If I did it again, I think I would make the straps a little bit longer. They're not quite in my armpit, but they almost are. I'd probably make the straps like, I don't know, like 2 inches longer each maybe. But it's pretty fun. I love it. I will use it, definitely. All right. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kendra's customer. Okay, so I hope that you all enjoyed that. I hope you all will make one. And please, please, please send it to me. Just message me on Instagram or Facebook with the picture. And I would love to put a collage of like all of them together for us. Okay? All right. Oh, and don't forget if you want to shop any retail, including wax canvas. If you haven't tried out my wax canvas yet, there's still some over there. There's a 15% off code. If you played Wingo this year, this spring for Springo Wingo, there's a 15% off code in your inbox. If it's not in your inbox and you can't find it, just message me and I'll send it to you. But thanks for joining. All right. Yes, I liked the different color gusset. It's fun. It's extra fun. I'm happy. I'm pretty happy with it. All right. Thanks for joining me for the sew along, y'all. And then Wingo will be back in September. Probably September will be our first one for holiday Wingo. I'm thinking mid to end September because I have an event to go to September 12 to 14. But I might be putting it on sale like starting July 1st so that we have plenty of time. I still need to order the fabric panels for you all too, because we'll probably do it the same way we did it this spring, where you're going to cut up and make your own panels. Okay? All right. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm sorry about the small technical difficulty at the beginning with the internet going down. But thanks for all hanging with me, even during that hiccup. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and week. Oh, don't forget. So Jenna from Thunderbird Handcrafted, Jade from Heartwood and Hyde, and myself, we will be doing a Bob and Buddy sew along this coming Friday, the 27th, 28th, 20. What is that? Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking. It is the 27th. So Friday the 27th, this coming Friday. We're doing a Bob and Buddy sew along. It is at 2:30 Pacific time on the West Coast, 5:30 Eastern time. And our Bob and Buddies usually goes for several hours. So even if you can't be there at the beginning, if you want to come and see us and just check in, see what's going on, I'm sure we will be sewing late. We always do. Okay. And we do prizes. So, all righty. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining Wingo this year. All right. Bye.